no, it's not going to happen. Ultimately, cooler heads do prevail. Wade Keller would write about it, as would Dave Meltzer. Dave would write, after a legal battle that has stretched nearly 5 months, it is largely believed that Ric Flair will return to World Championship Wrestling within the next 2 weeks, most likely on the September 14th Nitro in Greenville, South Carolina. Flair had been at legal odds with WCW since early April when he missed a Thunder taping in Tallahassee, where the plan was to have him announce the new Four Horsemen, which was going to include himself, Lex Luger, Bill Goldberg, and Kevin Green, managed by Arn Anderson. As times and ideas changed, his probable return would also be to announce the new Four Horsemen, which this time would consist of Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, and at least for the present, Steve McMichael. Although many names have been considered for the spot, including Eddie Guerrero, and get this, Barry Windham, also managed by Arn Anderson. So there's a lot to unpack here. We'll go piece by piece. One, does Rick call and tell you, hey, Double A, I got it worked out, I'm coming back to work? Or do you find out another way?
I think he probably called me and said, I'm probably going to be heading back down that way sometime.
When you
sounds right. Sounds right.
You were an agent at the time. Did you ever hear that maybe the announcement in April, the one you were supposed to come up and make in Tallahassee, was that Lex Luger, Bill Goldberg, and Kevin Green were going to be the other members of the Horsemen?
Where did that information come from?
Dave Meltzer's Wrestling Observer newsletter.
Whoever gave that information to Dave was setting him up.
Okay.
That's the most absurd. I mean, think about this, Conrad. Think about it. The Four Horsemen were already watered down to the point of, other than just good performances, meant nothing. Now, you think you're going to keep Kevin Green on a 250-day a year schedule? Not happening. Why would you take Bill Goldberg, your number one attraction, babyface, and put him in that group? Who did they say the other two?
Lex Luger and Rick.
Been there, done that. Lex. Who was the other one?
Ric Flair.
Okay. I don't know who set Dave up, but somebody set him up with that information. That was never discussed. That would have been the belly laugh that went on amongst the talent. If they would have suggested that, would have been ridiculous. I mean, that never happened. I can assure you, if I was going to bet my house and my vehicles and the $50 that got hit in my wallet, that never happened.
Yeah, that to me always stuck out like a bit of fantasy booking. But the new announcement it's made here is this going to be Dean Malenko, Chris Benoit, and Steve McMichael? And we know that to be true. But the other names that were considered, Barry Windham. Now, Barry Windham, obviously was a member of the Horsemen, but gosh, that was more than 10 years prior to this. And at this point, I don't know that Windham was in quote unquote prime time condition. Do you remember Windham being discussed?
No.
Eddie Guerrero, that one sticks out like a sore thumb. Nope. Not for the obvious reasons either.
No.
Yeah, it's just, it's weird that those are in the list.
Those four guys, Kevin Green and all that, that is so discombobulated, whoever put that out there. That's like, it had to be a setup to just